It is called Jungfraujoch and is located somewhere in the Swiss Alps. This location has a railway station and is regarded as the highest station in Europe. Lying at nearly 3,500 meters above ground, Jungfraujoch has impressed visitors for generations. But today, it has become a special tourist destination for travelers who come from far and near. Hello and welcome to yet another exciting video. In this episode, we will be talking about Jungfraujoch, Europe's highest railway station. So sit back, relax, and hopefully you will learn a thing or two about this fascinating railway station that has captivated the minds of many for generations. Jungfraujoch is a railway station located in the snowy Swiss Alps. Lying at an altitude of nearly 3,500 meters, the construction of the railway station here was initially thought to be impossible. Why? Because of the freezing conditions and the uninhabitable terrain. In the end, engineers were able to pull it off, and Jungfraujoch became a pioneering achievement of engineering that drew the attention of the rest of Europe, and by extension, the rest of the world. In 1893, Adolf Geyer Zeller, a Swiss industrialist, made an unthinkable decision to build a railway line that would reach the top of Jungfraujoch at 4,158 meters in Jungfrau region. Before then, only experienced mountain climbers could reach the top of the Bernese Alps via Jungfrau. So treacherous were the conditions that most climbers avoided the mountain entirely. In fact, it was only in 1881 that the very first successful climber made it to the top of the Alps in an incredible feat of human endurance. Adolf Zeller had lofty plans to make the mountains more accessible by rail. If engineers succeed, it will open up a whole new access for travel across the Alps. Due to the uniqueness of the region in Switzerland, Jungfraujoch was designed a UNESCO World Heritage Site, with the Jungfrau Aletsch attracting thousands of tourists every year. Due to maybe the freezing conditions or the special attention the station is given by the authorities, it has kept its shape for a very long time. But here are some facts about Jungfraujoch. Jungfraujoch took 16 years to build. From the groundbreaking ceremony until the completion of the project, it took engineers and construction workers grit and brawn to blast through ice glaciers and hard rocks to lay the rail lines across such a treacherous part. Adolf Zeller had plans for the line to run up to the summit of the Alps, but this was not possible. However, engineers were able to extend the line and build a terminus at 3,454 meters in what is still regarded today as a feat of engineering brilliance. In addition to the height, about half of the track, which runs for 9 kilometers, runs through a tunnel. The tunnel had to be cut by hand, which made the process all the more difficult. However, the feat was achieved, and on the 1st of August 1912, which coincided with the Swiss National Day, the very first train made the first trip from Kleiner Scheidig Pass to Jungfraujoch. For most people, viewing the Swiss Alps from the top is unthinkable. But Jungfraujoch has made it very possible. Once you are in Jungfraujoch, you can view the impressive Alpine peaks from the station. In fact, for many visitors who take a ride to the station, one of their favorite things is to take pictures of the Alps from their vantage point. From this position, a view of the Alps couldn't be clearer. A train trip takes about half an hour, and the train ascends to an altitude of about 1,400 meters. To help travelers acclimatize with the weather, the train makes a stop at Ellesmere station. From Eismeer, they can view the famous peaks of Jungfrau, Monk, and Eiger. Although the terminus runs through a tunnel, visitors can still get to see the peaks from a viewing platform specially created for that purpose. People who have been fortunate enough to view the peaks from Ellesmere station report on the harsh weather, which makes it very difficult to breathe. However, during good weather, you can view the Alpine peak stretching out for miles on end. From Jungfrau to Monk, there are close to 200 Alpine peaks. The beauty of the peak must have been what convinced Adolf Zeller to fund the construction of the railway line 125 years ago. And today, many have come after him to view the wonder of nature that is Jungfraujoch. Located to the east of Jungfrau, the station is less than 300 meters below the Sphinx Ridge, but Jungfraujoch is somewhere at the lowest point in between Jungfrau and Monk. The complex tunnel connects the station to the building that has come to be popularly known as the Top of the Europe building because of its height. The building overlooks the elevator and the peak to the east, as well as the Aletsch Glacier to the south. Within the Sphinx are open and enclosed platforms for visitors to stand on to view the open country. In addition, there is a special scientific observatory called the Sphinx Observatory for scientific observation projects. Another fascinating feature of the station is the Ice Palace, which is nothing more than a set of ice glaciers and what is called the Alpine Sensation. The Alpine Sensation are a series of display works revealing the tourist development of Jungfrau and the history of Jungfraujoch since the beginning of its construction right until modern times. Jungfraujoch is administered by Fieschertal municipality in Canton Valais, which shares a common border with Lauerbrunnen municipality of Bern. As for the station, it is serviced by trains that run from Kleine Scheldegg and connect with Grindelwald, Lauerbrunnen and Wengen all the way through Oberland Railway in Bern and the Wengermalp Railway. To conclude this video, here are some important facts about Jungfraujoch. Jungfrau, where Jungfraujoch station is located, is a region in Switzerland, and it has three of Europe's famous peaks, namely Eiger, Jungfrau and Monk. In English, the meaning of Jungfraujoch means saddle. To assess the station, visitors come through a mountain range that connects with Monk. The Jungfraujoch station is the highest train station in Europe, and it took years to complete. Construction started in 1896, and the breaking of the rocks and glaciers was done by manual labourers using axes and shovels. In all, it took 16 years to complete, and the station was officially unveiled in 1912. Today it bears the moniker Top of Europe, as it has become a popular tourist destination. Despite its name, it is not really Europe's highest point. That honour goes to Glacier Paradise in Zermatt, which is 3,883 metres high, compared to Jungfraujoch's 3,454 metres. Getting to Jungfraujoch takes about 2 to 5 hours by train, depending on where you are travelling from. A trip from Interlaken will take about 2 to 5 hours. Travellers coming from Grindelwald or Lauerbrunnen take about 1 to 5 hours, depending on weather conditions, while trains coming from Wengen take about 1 hour to get to Jungfraujoch. Train rides are often the safest and fastest. A trip via a car may be possible, but may damage the engine due to the weather, since you will have to leave the car behind as you board a train from Kleine Scheldegg. So leave your car at home if you can. Train tickets can be booked online, but consider doing so in advance, especially during summer, to get good seats for your trip. Or better still, you can join an excursion group from any of Switzerland's major cities coming for the trip. Jungfraujoch is Europe's highest railway station, lying in a ridge at an altitude of 3,454 metres above ground. It is one of the most visited stations, especially for tourists, and today it is called the Top of Europe. If you plan to visit this station anytime soon, consider doing so during summer, as this time of the year is the most conducive for train rides. We hope you found this video interesting. If you did, please consider subscribing to our channel. We'll see you in another one soon, so take care and goodbye.